Hare Krishna. Sameness is the balance between oneness and otherness. No, oneness means, to feel a sense of oneness means to see the way in which we are connected with the rest of reality, with other living beings and other things. And otherness means to see a sense of difference between us and others. Now, if you see, some sense of sameness is required, some sense of oneness is required to bring about some emotional connection. And in contrast, some sense of otherness is required to have a relationship. If there is no one other than us, we can't relate with others. We can't have any relationship, because relationship requires two people. On the other hand, if we don't have some sense of similarity, some sense of connectedness with others, then we feel the other person to be a stranger. And if we feel the other person to be a stranger, we can't have a relationship entirely with strangers. So in this way, these two can become extremes. If there is a sense only of oneness, then there is no possibility for relationship. If only a sense of otherness, there is also no possibility for relationship. But when there is a sense of sameness is neither oneness nor otherness. Sameness is in terms of, we understand that we are essentially at our core same, but we are not ontologically one. We are similar but not identical. And this understanding brings stability in our spiritual quest, because there are others who exist and we can relate with them, and yet the other is similar to us. That's how we can relate with them. So the Bhagavad Gita explains that such a vision of oneness brings about liberation. Vision of sameness. Sargo yesham samme sthitam manaha nirdosham hi samam brahma tasmad brahmanite sthitaha. So he says, who are situated in Brahma? Those who are samye, those who see the sense of oneness in everything. Samme sthitam manaha. And those who are situated thus, they can actually be always, they stay enlightened, and it says that they are liberated even in this world. So when we see God, now this vision ultimately applies to God and to other living beings also. When we see God, if we think of ourselves as one with God, we can't have a relationship with Him. And there's no possibility of eternal love. But if we think of God as entirely different from us, then how do we relate with Him? We are not one with Him, but we are not entirely different from Him. He is spiritual and we are also spiritual. And in that sense, there is sameness between us and Him. We are both sharing the same nature. Of course, there is a difference in the sense that He is supreme and we are subordinate. But still, He is eternal and we are eternal. And to the extent we understand this truth of our eternity, then we can approach and realize Him with an understanding that relating with Him will enable us to relish eternal love. And once we start relishing that eternal love, then even in this world we stay liberated, because we are no longer tempted by the allurements of this world. And that's why the Bhagavad Gita says that those who are situated in the vision of sameness are liberated even in this world. Thank you. Hare Krishna.